So, Phyna, the cloud-chasing loudspeaker, always searching for attention, even when silence would have been golden. Phyna's outburst over Dangote's 20 million naira condolence gesture has set social media ablaze, but it also raises a bigger question. When did grief become a press conference for entitlement? And this is exactly what Very Dark Man is holding out for. That there are some unwritten rules that when an accident occurs, ordinarily it should be the insurance company that will handle it. And the fact that if the victim is alive, the company should take care of the person. But once the person goes, the family cannot just start saying, come and give us money. You can't collect money. You can only collect maybe some form of benefit, like taking care of the children and all of that. But for Phyna, money is the ultimate thing. She once asked for 1 billion naira, and now today I'm hearing that Phyna is asking for even close to 5 billion or whatever. So now, when did grief become press conference for entitlement? I ask again. Losing a sister is tragic beyond words, but weaponizing conspiracy theories and accusing a corporation of orchestrating a death without a shred of evidence is reckless. As she has said, she does not have evidence. 20 million may not raise the dead, but is far from just, as you want to call it, ordinary. Public sympathy shouldn't become blackmail. If more was expected, there are better ways to express that than accusing the hospital of murder and threatening arrest of who? Dangote? I don't understand. Grief deserves dignity, not drama. Pain should not become performance. But having said this, I would also want to look at Dangote and look him in the face, and if possible he's standing beside me, I'll point spit in his face. Poor, a billionaire in a broken economy. He is a billionaire who is thriving on the masses while they starve. He is a beneficiary of broken system. His rise is the result and not the solution of Nigerians' failure. If the allegations by Phyna are true, then Dangote's 20 million naira condolence money feels like empty empathy and more like hush money. You know that hush money, you want to tell them to keep quiet and then you use that money to cover up. You don't throw crumbs at a grieving family and expect silence, especially if there are whispers of medical foul play, which I cannot say. What if Ruth Otobo's life could have been saved but wasn't because someone in power decided the treatment was too expensive because they wanted to fly her abroad, according to Phyna? That's not charity, that's cold-blooded calculation. No amount of boardroom polish can clean off the stain of a life lost under suspicious corporate shadows. Phyna's rage may be raw, but silence will be betrayal, because no matter how bad she treated her sister or not taking care of her, blood is blood, and as they say, it's thicker than water. Dangote may be rich, but this time money may not buy public innocence. So Dangote needs to come forward and tell us what is not. It's clearly visible that Governor Fubara is not a happy man. You can never be under the radar of Wike, the king of all deceivers, and be happy. Wike is a bulldozer that is always raging and a storm that never ceases. Fubara's expression at the pre-independence church service says it all. A silent storm behind the calm. The empty seats of Wike's loyalists weren't just a no-show. They were a statement, a deliberate act of political emasculation. Fubara may wear the crown, but Wike is still pulling the strings. Do anyhow, you see anyhow. That may be the case of these two people for that place. How does a sitting governor host a state event and get boycotted by members of his own government? It is well. The answer is clear. Rivers is still dancing to the drums of its ex-governor. The man in office looks isolated, boxed in and betrayed. A governor in title, but not in control. How you want to be in control when Bisina Wike put you there? Do any again, another state of emergency, and they go knock there. Until he breaks Wike's grip, he remains a tenant in his own house, just like Winston in 1984, where he was forced to fall in love with Big Brother, his tormentor. It is a sad case in Rivers State. There are some things, when they happen, you just know that the country is gone. You remember this senator that was once caught in the sex toy shop beating a lady as if he was beating a thief, and his security guard were there protecting him. He is no other than ex-Senator Abba, the clown from the north. If the allegation against him is proven true, the Nigerian system isn't just battling corruption. It's neck deep in moral rot. A grown man, yes, grown man for that matter, a former lawmaker too, allegedly violating a 13-year-old child is beyond criminal. It is monstrous. And this is not coming as any surprise to me, because in the north, even 9-year-old children can be married off to, pedophiles in the name of saying that a girl can marry at any age. Girls that are far, far beyond the age of 18. And now this man has 13-year-old girl, I don't know if she was married off to him in their normal way, or if it's actually a clear case of blatant rape, which I doubt, because a senator would not stoop so low to do that. So probably he got this girl as a partner or as a wife from illiterate parents who are ready to marry off their children just to get crumbs from these people. This is monstrous. These are the men who once made laws for the nation. This is why survivors don't speak up, because power shields predators. There must be no political cover, no northern silence, because they will definitely keep quiet in the north. No elite protection. Justice must be swift and ruthless. This girl is just too small, because if our children aren't safe from men in Agbada, then no society exists. Only a playground for beasts in power. That is what many of all these men in power are, especially those in the National Assembly, where a senator can describe, a fellow senator in a sexually abusive way, saying that she wears semi-transparent things and be shaking her body. And that senator that said that, has not been suspended because Akpabio is in power. And these are the kind of people we have. Where Bianca came, those who were young enough to be our children were saying she's a beautiful woman. You can just imagine the kind of people we have there. Nigeria is indeed a joke. My people, what's going on in Benin City? This clown Monday Okpebo that was installed because to me he didn't win that election. There is no how that guy would have an election with also Egodalo, a man with strong academic background, a lawyer who is has met with so many people in his life that would have been the correct governor of Edo State. There's no such person would lose to this clown who can even read a budget. And this clown now is coming to put the traditional title of the king of Benin in disrepute. Now this clown wants to bring Iyaloja concept to Edo State. And of course, yes, he may claim he wants to centralize the whole market, whereby the Edo North or the Central and Edo South will come under one. But the Benin people would never want to allow something like that, because to them it's a traditional thing. So what's unfolding in Benin City isn't just a cultural misstep, it's a calculated political move. We all know, because they are trying to, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's daughter, Mrs. Folashade Tinubu-Ojo, a clown herself, the self-styled Iyaloja-General of Nigeria, where is that in the constitution, has crossed into dangerous territory by attempting to install an Iyaloja Iyeki-General. Crazy people. A title alien to Benin tradition, just like the king said. You don't want that. The Abba of Benin swiftly pushed back, and rightly so. This isn't just disrespect, it smells of political trespassing. Is this about market leadership or a masked, pretentious power grab in Edo State? APC is a joke. What we are seeing may be a soft rehearsal for 2027, definitely. Cultural infiltration now, political domination next. By the time they weaken the culture, then APC takes over the state, and then the Abba looks weak, and then Tinubu comes back. Edo must not sleep on this. This isn't just tradition under attack, it's sovereignty of the people. And that is why we, the people of Edo State, will say no to this? Let me know your thoughts are in the comment section. I am your boy Ernest Omozupe Adebayo Okoje. Please remember to like, share, subscribe and comment. Signing out. Peace.